hives. Key strategies include integrating beekeeping with the Green Legacy Initiative for enhanced foraging, adopting digital management system, and leveraging UNIDO-backed projects to meet European market standards. Here is what different partners of Ethiopia for honey value chain said on the matter.
Ethiopia is the honey producer here in Africa. Prospects are really, really high. I strongly believe that Ethiopia should divide modern beekeeping, like either urban beekeeping with a modern approach, with the traditional. Of course, traditional is extremely important, that you can find it everywhere, and this is really something that you should put on the ethnological, on the UNESCO list. You can use traditional also for the tourism area, that people can come and see how is traditional way for having bees here in Ethiopia. On the other side, if Ethiopia is really serious for the export, it should do something also about the quality, about the branding, about everything which is necessary that you can export a jar of honey. This is something that we have to do together. Slovenia offered already the support in knowledge together with our beekeeping academy, and I look forward for the future cooperation.
They provide a lot of in-kind contribution. So our work has been largely focused on how do we bring back the contribution of honey to the Ethiopian economy, because it used to be a major contributor, then it declined. So we hope that even with the new regulations and requirements, standards requirements by other countries, our interventions would build capacity such that Ethiopian honey can go back to volumes that it had before, back in 2008, but even beyond, and become a major player in the global market, but more importantly, a major income earner for the Ethiopian economy, and also creator of jobs. Our role is to support government priority, government's agenda, and for this we bring together different partners. So what I speak is basically credit to the partnership, not necessarily UNIDO alone. In particular, the current project that we have on the market access for honey value chain, thanks to the Norwegian government for providing funds, but of course also to the government of Ethiopia and the various entities, because they provide a lot of in-kind contribution.
The intention behind this is to strengthen the whole honey value chain from production to market. So Norway's role in this is simply to make it financially possible to do this, but also to promote it and going forward.
Beekeeping is a sustainable and high-potential activity, especially for the ruler, to gain additional income through non-timber forest products, which does not require much land or high starting costs, maintains biodiversity, and increase crop yields. Ethiopia is one of the top 10 honey and beeswax producers in the world, but plays only a minor role in the international honey trade. Unlike large-scale beekeepers using modern techniques found in most leading honey-producing countries, the majority of Ethiopian beekeepers are small-scale producers practicing traditional beekeeping. Ethiopian beekeepers, honeybees, honeybee pests, marketing strategies, cultural aspects, and major challenges of beekeeping.
As you know, Slovenia is a leading country for introducing the importance of the bees, honeybees, pollinators, and we are working very hard all our history to introduce importance of the beekeeping, importance of the beekeepers for sustainable development, for a value chain, as you mentioned, not just about the bees, but also the pollinators who are making our life doable here in this planet. We are working with the soft diplomacy tools, as is honey diplomacy, bee diplomacy, as I'm saying, and me as a beekeeper myself. I'm using this in so many, let's say, levels of my job. Either this is climate change, environment, security, food security area is also very important in connection with the bees. They are the providers of our food security, I may say. I think that we should be very proud that we can work with the bees. We should honor the job of every beekeeper in that planet. I felt immediately how important is beekeeping here in Ethiopia, that deep connection which I felt between the people and the bee. So I have no doubt that Ethiopia is having a bright future also for economic development and sustainable future and job. I can say that Slovenia is ready to assist, and as we introduced the World Bee Day 2011, 2018, we introduced World Bee Day to UN as a UN day. So this is 20th of May. This is the World Bee Day. This is the day of beekeepers. So from that point, all our embassies are working hard to promote beekeeping, to promote bee diplomacy, to upgrade our awareness from the childhood forward. And I think that we can learn from each other in so many ways.
Bees and plants and flowers and forests are friends. This is their ecosystem. So the Green Initiative definitely would contribute, I believe, in many ways to the sustenance of bees. And I recall that the Slovenian ambassador emphasized in her statement the importance of feeding the bees, making sure they're not hungry. Then they can produce what we need from them. So green development, in my opinion, is very central, is very crucial to development of bees, and therefore also to the further production of honey and other byproducts as a business. I am from Sierra Leone, and I learned from there initially with the beekeeping project. Then I realized that, in fact, honey that is produced by bees in the coffee zone actually tastes exactly like honey, has honey flavor. And one that is produced in the cocoa zones has exactly cocoa flavor. So I think also in Ethiopia there will be a possibility to differentiate types of honeys based on the pollen that they consume. So greening, I would say reforestation in general, is good for beekeeping, it's good for the environment, it's good for health, and it's good for business.
The inclusion of women and youth is a key component of the GMAP, the Global Market Access Program. And that remains a very strong Norwegian priority across the globe in all the support we do. We strongly believe that both women and youth are underrepresented and under prioritized in all global development efforts, and they deserve the right to be included, not just for moral reasons, but also because it makes a lot of economic sense.
by progressively modernizing the Ethiopian apiculture sector through introduction of quality organs for honey and other bee products, switching to transitional and modern beehive systems, improvement of cooperation between players along the honey value chain, elaborating pollination economics, introduction of teaching institutions for beekeeping, strengthening the network of beekeepers and stakeholders, active protection of reservoirs for feral, melliferous, and other bee species.
Well, you can work with beekeepers. You can put awareness to the sectors which are important for us more and more, either climate changes, either women, peace and security, either development, either so many levels which we are concerned these days. And this is honey diplomacy or bee diplomacy, or how I'm saying, soft tools which diplomats are having in our pockets that sometimes are serving us extremely well to address certain either global or very private problems. Regarding the diplomacy, Slovenia launched 4 projects for 2 years here in Ethiopia in development, with development cooperation with the development funds. We are working closely also with the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Labor, Ministry of Welfare, because I believe strongly that politics without the soft tools like a soft diplomacy is very, very poor. Slovenia is very well aware of that. For 10 years now, we have special envoys for water diplomacy, special envoy for climate change, special envoy for peace and security, women, peace and security. So this is who we are, and we are promoting and working hard in these diplomatic missions.
This project, I would say, already since its implementation has reached over 500 beneficiaries and their cooperatives, more than 200. So this for us in this form of cooperatives, in an organized form of production, it's a major intervention, and many of them are women, the producers. We are trying to encourage more young people to take up beekeeping because it's a business. So apart from the fact that bees are good for biodiversity, they are also an important business that one can have in various locations. Of course, for it to be really profitable business and be able to access the export market, then the issue of standards and quality comes in. And this is why through this project we have been able to create the opportunities so that there is a consistency in the quality of honey that is produced, but also there's a testing laboratory, there's a testing standard to make sure that once it is produced, the producers don't lose, but they are already, right from the beekeeping onto the processing, they are already meeting the standards for the market. So they will even get higher premium prices. In this way, we think that it will be able to transform the lives of young people, the lives of women, but also we would say, and I keep hammering this because at the end of the day, we want, what the government wants is a greater contribution to the growth of the economy. To talk beyond bees, because I think that this being my second time in Ethiopia, I believe that Ethiopia has a lot to offer in terms of development example. Industrialization, as you know, can be constrained due to lack of energy. So I think that Ethiopia's focus on developing access to energy and having more installed energy capacity is very key to industrialization and therefore all forms of development. And I would say not only for industrialization, even for social sectors, for health, for education, for every aspect of life, energy is crucial. Second, I was privileged during my time here in the first inning. We worked with the government of Ethiopia to establish what we call, or what they call, integrated agro-industrial parks. And at that time, there were 4 of them. Unfortunately, one of them is not functioning now, but the 3 are functioning. And from the reports I've read, huge investments have been attracted to these industrial parks, and large numbers of jobs have been created, and more companies are showing interest. In fact, I was informed that many other countries have come to Ethiopia and study tour to understand how Ethiopia is succeeding in the establishment of industrial parks. And obviously, I will say for honey, this is also going to be, I think right now, this project has not yet succeeded to attract many other interests from other countries, but I know that it's just a matter of time. Ethiopia is going to be a leading example of what can be done. You had the Norwegian ambassador. He mentioned that the cooperation between UNIDO, the government of Ethiopia, Norway and other partners is an important model that he would like to promote. So this is already, for me, an indication that more and more Ethiopia is going to serve as an example. And of course, for UNIDO, our work is about facilitating networks. Our work is about promoting technology exchange, but building partnerships within country, but also across countries. So I see that the future is bright.
Natural example of what we do, which is very closely linked, I would say, to apiculture, is our climate and forestry program, which is a long-standing cooperation between Norway and the government of Ethiopia on forestation, reducing deforestation, and ensuring the possibility of securing livelihoods in combination with preserving forest, which is of paramount importance to Ethiopia itself, but for the greater region. And I think, obviously, forests play an important role in the apicultural value chain and the honey value chain. I think these two go hand in hand. The reason for our long-standing support and cooperation and partnership with Ethiopia on this file on climate and forestry is the government of Ethiopia's commitment, spearheaded by the Prime Minister himself, on preserving forests. This is by far the biggest component of our bilateral partnership as well. So I would highlight that as the key component and relevant component to this.
Well, in Slovenia, we do that strongly in connection with the Ministry of Agriculture. Beekeeping association is extremely strong. Either this is urban beekeeping association or a general beekeeping association. We are strongly cooperating within Europe associations, also with Apimondia, because if you don't share the knowledge, if you don't receive the knowledge properly, you cannot work in this planet anymore. And the beekeeping is something that is really a precisely prepared project which benefits everybody. No, and it's not just about honey. We can talk also about cosmetics. We are talking about medicine from honey. We can talk about a lot of products which are honey or bee related. So I think that with the support of the government, this structure of the verification laboratories must go in hand and under the beekeeping association proposals. This is extremely important sector for the businesses, for small businesses, for women entrepreneurs. So I think that Ethiopia needs to do that step forward in a comprehensive way and with the support of the government.
Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Planning and Development. And the point is to go down to the local level where people live and work with, together with the Ethiopian government and the local farmers, the local population out there, to try to create an environment where they see the benefit in protecting their forests by facilitating livelihoods that go hand in hand with the preservation of forests. So this is, let's say, a tripartite cooperation of quadri, if you want to include the regional level, of course, which is also a relevant party to it. And for us, it's about supporting Ethiopia's ability to do this job, which it is committed to doing. And I find that there's a lot of capacity at government level, at regional level, at local level by now. And you see it also in the results, in the reforestation that is happening in Ethiopia now. And again, I'm really encouraged by that and by the Green Legacy Initiative, which goes hand in hand with it, spearheaded by your Prime Minister.
No country has developed in the world without going through the path of industrialization. We need to understand the importance of value addition. We need to understand the contribution of industry to every aspect of life. And this is why in UNIDO we believe that industrialization should not be just an agenda of UNIDO. It should be an agenda of all UN agencies, should be an agenda of the government, should be an agenda for all people, because this is the route to development. $1 investment in industry or in manufacturing is able to generate multiply effects in all other aspects, including the SDGs. So my last message is to say that let us embrace industry, but in particular, inclusive and sustainable industrial development. Industry that is promoting prosperity, meaning jobs and income for the people, but industry that is doing that in such a way it doesn't compromise the environment, it keeps it sustainable. Industry that also is not only benefiting a certain level of people in society, but can go all the way and ensure that no one is left behind.
That's all for today's POA In Depth. Next, we will meet with another topic. Thank you for watching.